Good morning. My name is Jermaine Nathaniel Glenn, anointed prophet, priest of Jehovah. I was just going over some judicial documents by the United States District Courthouse, the official United States Court, Federal Court of America. Uh, it is a subsidiary court that is right under the actual highest court of the land, the United States Supreme Court, which is also the highest court of the land, but that is also the federal court or the United States Court for uh, judging and rendering justice by means of the United States Constitution of America, United States Code. And so I was considering how these judicial documents allow the judges of federal courts or United States courts to actually command actual lower agencies such as police agencies, federal agencies, even the military, maritime agencies as well, under the United States of America, to actually be required and demanded to actually give records of investigations and reports. And the reason is because those judges have to be given an account by means of an investigative report of any actions regarding a defendant who is being charged with a crime, particularly what I see as a serious case, a murder charge. And so that is why those federal judges and even Congress too, when they conduct their own hearings as well, they have the authority by the United States constitutional law to order same authority as a judge by means of the same constitutional law, constitutional law for all citizens in America and naturalized residents and such, to actually command these agencies to give and turn in the actual investigation reports so that they can personally examine it, look at all the facts, and determine whether this person truly was the one that actually did the actual charged crime, even if it's murder or other felonies or whatever or not, to see if they might have not actually did it themselves. And so I find this to be very important because you need to have judicial authority by constitutional law to command that these local agencies give you personally, the one who can serve as a federal judge, the actual investigation reports, so that you yourself can now get the work done of judging the defendant, the one who's being charged with a so-called murder or whatever, and the actual agency that is accusing them or prosecuting them as such. You can judge both of them by the constitutional law, so that this way you are going to be able to give a true United States constitutional lawful judgment to make these agencies not give an unjust judgment that can result in civil war or unrest of the land of the people that this defendant is in. The reason is because the facts of whether a person truly did a crime or not, particularly if it's murder, shall be the reason that they truly should die or not, by means of a lower court's putting them in prison for life or death penalty, or setting them free if they truly are guilty and not to be set free. And so these are important because you need to use federal judges to command and order and demand lower courts and any lower agencies of official authorities that are might be falsely charging or incorrectly charging someone with a crime they're truly not guilty of actually doing or committing, the actual investigation reports, so that it can be given immediately without fail. The personal judge can go ahead and look at all the facts they state to see, and look into the report to see if it's been done, see if this actual person they're charging with this particular crime has actually done that. And if they have not done that, then that federal judge has now the power and the judicial authority to go ahead and give back a decision that you are not to charge that person with a crime because this he did not do by means of your own investigation report you give to me. And so that is very, very critical to citizens' life in America. The reason is because the citizens will not allow injustice to continue to prevail, particularly when an innocent person keeps dying. And they do not deserve to die, even if they've committed a crime. If it's a crime that they do not deserve to die, they shall not have been put to death. And this can prevent civil war and future national unrest, people rioting and protesting at the same time, burning the places down, looting the places, vandalism, destruction of property. Police officers now walking off of the actual protests and strikes for scenes on camera in the media. All of this will stop because a person who is truly did a crime they gotta die for is going to be put to death because your own investigation reports that a federal judge demands now actually has been looked into, and your own reports do state the facts that this person truly did that crime. That person truly has got to die by equal justice. So that justice will be served. The land and all of the citizens in the city, in the nation, particularly about 250 million, I think it's over like 240 million residents of America, can now rest and now enjoy peace again, peaceful conditions, because they have brought the proper judgment in return for a life that should have not been lost because the person truly did murder a person without justifiable cause to put that person to death. And on the other hand, a person who is being charged with a crime, perhaps a murder that he did not actually do, he did not actually commit, because he himself did not kill that person to death, can now also be a person who is now exonerated and acquitted and set free by a federal judge, because the federal judge also demanded the report from the agency charging him incorrectly. And their own report will tell that it will have to show by law that this person did not do the actual killing of that person to death. Federal judge gives back the order, set conditional, he is to be released. We do not find him guilty. Your own reports state he did not kill him to death himself with his own firearm and such. We now can go ahead and release this person at once. If there are any conditions, we will give that so that this person will not do the type of things in his daily life that will put him in another position such as that, and to potentially be the first one to be attacked, to be harmed, so as to risk having to kill another person, potentially deliberately the second time, to make sure that that never happens to him again. And so the reason why I thought about it being so profound to use a federal judge's orders and commands and authority to demand these agencies to give investigative reports is so that any first new case that arises respecting an unjust death or an unjust murder charge cannot result in domino effects. Because think about it. If the case had have been done and dealt with judicially and correctly and seriously by a federal judge's command to do what the justice requires under the constitutional law, respecting George Floyd, you would not have had Rayshard Brooks and Breonna Taylor die after that.